Oh guys, you want me to talk about books? Books is a great topic. I have been reading this book at the moment because I decided I'd work back through John Green after reading Paper Towns at the beginning of term. Nearly finished, but I can never have time to read it. I also have to read this book, and reading this book drives me absolutely up the wall. My books here at university are DVDs and a couple more books there. These two, Catcher in the Rye and Hunger Games, are the next two on my reading list. When people ask what your favourite books are, you can't say Harry Potter because it's like, people say that and then they're not actually as big fans of it as I am, and I'm not supposed to mention it, so I'm not going to go any further. Historic Materials are actually some of the the trilogy, probably some of my favourite books ever. Owen Colfer's Artemis Fowl books, they're great. Actually anything by Owen Colfer is pretty much fantastic. Anything by John Green, they've all been great so far. I can't wait for Will Grayson. I used to really love the Debbie Gliori books. There's 6 of those. You've already seen my massive collection of books at home back in probably my first video. This is the best bit, my bookshelves, that I had to be double packed because I have so much stuff, and then games and like more books down here, and there's a painting of me, and then more books here are the ones I haven't read. Quite ridiculous quite how many books I own and adore. Tell you what are good, the James Bond books, although you can't just read those because I only got to like book 7 even though there's like 13, because all I read was James Bond books one after another, and then I got really tired of them. I bet the rest would be really good as well, but like, tell you what's not a good series of books, in the Chronicles of Narnia. The first 3 are good and then they just get terrible in my opinion. I really want to read the Wizard of Oz books, but they're really rare and I can't be bothered to search them out right now, so that's something in my future I will read those books. I've done this converted book into a sketchbook because that was our task and it's dead strange. Basically we had to get any book we wanted, so I picked a Cracker Jack annual and then we had to convert it into a sketchbook where it's just writing and bits of paper stuck down. Gessoed the paper or covered them with like paint, and then I've done work on top of it. I've just used the boxes that the pages provide with their pictures to put my own work in. These were just pictures of girls smiling, and then I've made them look like they're asleep. There's going to be things that I regret not saying in this video because books are such a massive part of my life, and I used to spend almost all my time reading. I'd have to read before I went to bed, or else I wouldn't be able to sleep. I mean, it doesn't count anymore because I've learnt how not to read. Oh, it's depressing. I wish I had more time to read books, and I wish I had time to write a book. I mean, it's NaNoWriMo month and I'm not writing. I really don't have time. We're going to another gathering, a YouTube gathering in Manchester. I booked the tickets this morning, so it's only cost like £10 travel. Oh, I'm really excited. I've not been to a gathering since Summer in the City, and I actually want to go to one of the smaller ones to see what they're like as well. Punishments, right? Marina is due a punishment and nobody's been able to think of a really good one for her. So, been thinking, and punishment wise you have to paint a picture of us, but it has to be at least A4 and it has to include all 5 of us, and it can be awesome, and please do that because I know it's time consuming, but you do have until Wednesday, and even if you don't get it in this week's video you've got until the next week to finalise it, because I know you don't have much time, Marina. Nora and Marissa didn't do their punishments last week, so this week they've got to have at least a little clip of each other in, even if it's a little bit of video at school, because you do need to do your punishment. Finally, happy birthday Michelle, because it is your birthday today and Facebook told me, and so happy birthday. This is the end of my video. I've talked really fast and I've talked about a lot of things and I bet it's going to take forever to edit. Goodbye.